Session 6, Pain Relief and Coping Strategies. Part F, Gas and Air, or nitrous oxide, oxygen 50-50 mix, laughing gas, whatever you want to call it. So, gas and air or Entonox is a really quick fix, a really good thing to use to help you at various stages during the labour and your birth experience. Even after you've had your baby, people will often use a little bit of gas and air while we're having a look to see if you need any stitches, and also if you do need to have some stitches while you're having the local anaesthetic for those stitches to be done. Often people will use a bit of gas and air then. So throughout labour and maybe a bit afterwards, it can be quite a useful tool as a quick fix. Okay, so sometimes people will have their own past experiences of gas and air and maybe haven't found it quite useful or haven't found it very good, haven't liked it. Sometimes people even say it makes them feel quite sick. If I was to give you an example, say I fell off my bicycle and I broke my leg. Say the ambulance came to collect me, to take me to the hospital with my broken leg, and I had, obviously if I've got a broken leg, it's going to be hurting me. So they would give me perhaps the gas and air to use. So maybe the journey is going to take 20 minutes or so to the hospital in the ambulance, and if I've got a broken leg, I'm probably going to be feeling pain all the time, so I'm going to be puffing away on the gas and air. If I puff away on the gas and air for that whole 20 minutes, by the time I arrive at the hospital, there's a really good chance that I'm going to feel quite sick because I'll have used it constantly all that time. Now that's really different, as we know, to labour, because we know with those contractions, they're there for a minute, then they're gone. There for a minute, then they're gone. And also what you have to know with gas and air is that you get the sensation by about the second puff, and then when you stop using it, about 2 to 3 minutes and it leaves your body. So it's into your body fast, out of your body fast. So that means if you just use it with a contraction, then you'll use it, you'll get the effect from it, it will wear off, and by the time you have the next contraction, you're starting afresh. Unlike with that broken leg, when you were using it all the time, you get a big build-up of it in your system. So it's good, it's really good for short bursts. And I want to fine-tune that even more, because remember I said that you get the sensation by about the second puff. So if you were to wait until the contraction felt tough before you started to puff it, then you kind of have missed the bullseye. So as soon as you start to feel that contraction building, that's the time to maybe start using the gas and air. So when you're using the gas and air, you breathe it in and out through the mouthpiece. Don't breathe it out into the air, otherwise we will get it. So you breathe it in through the mouthpiece, out through the mouthpiece. And as you breathe it in, you should hear the machine go shh. If you don't hear that sound, you're not getting a big enough puff of it. So you should hear the crackle on the in-breath. Yeah? So you breathe it in through the mouthpiece, out through the mouthpiece. And anyone can use it. Asthmatics can use it. Anyone can use it. But it does tend to make you feel quite dry. So when you are using it, make sure that you're drinking plenty, and make sure maybe you've got some Vaseline or something for your lips. So breathe it in through the mouthpiece, out through the mouthpiece, and you should hear that crackle as you breathe it in, because that means that you're getting it. Because that's why some people say, oh, it didn't help, and maybe they were doing little short breaths, yeah? So going back to the breathing that we were thinking about for labour earlier, we're going in through the nose, out through the mouth, yeah? For this, it's going to be all through the mouth, but through the mouthpiece. Big breath in, slow breath out, and that will help that gas and air to help you within each of those contractions. Yeah, so it's a really good tool. And just looking again at a few things that people say about it, just to give you a little bit of that extra background here. what mums say when they're using it in labour is lots of them really like it, and they say it makes you feel a bit high, a bit floating, lifted above the pain. So it doesn't actually take the pain away, but it just makes you feel a bit more relaxed during that contraction, that wave, that surge, and so you don't mind so much. Some girls do say that they feel sick with it though, and sometimes it isn't because of the gas and air that they feel sick. It's because during that part of their labour, their birth experience, they were going to feel sick anyway. And if they happen to be using the gas and air at that time, of course, you know, this is a new experience. What are you going to blame? Of course, you're going to say it's the gas and air, but actually, it might well be that you were going to feel sick at that point anyway. So if you use it well, just use it with the contractions, then it wears off in between. And also what you can do is that you can begin to try and get yourself a bit acclimatized to it. So to start with, you could just maybe take one puff of it with a contraction, and then, you know, see how you feel with that, and then with the next contraction take one puff, so you kind of get used to it, into your system, but it's wearing off in between. And that's often a really good way to help you get the best effect from it. It's into your body fast, out of your body fast, and the same with the babies. There's no you know, the babies, it doesn't remain in their system or anything like that. It's quickly into your body, quickly out, and exactly the same with the babies. And some people will say, I don't want to start using it too soon because I want to know that I've got it when I really need it. You can use it throughout the whole of the active part of labour if you want to, but you know, what I would say to you is it's more important. It's not like holding out and not using it till later. It's just important to use it just with the contractions, and stopping in between is more important than waiting and using it all together later. Yeah, if you know what I mean. So you can use it from any time during the labour and birth experience, but just in the active part of labour, but just with contractions.